Welcome back to Everyday Family Man. We are at Epcot in Disney World today, and it is right near the end of the Festival of the Arts. And we have never been to that. One of the cool things about it are the food vendors and the food places, and we have a bunch of things scoped out we want to do. So although we're going to do rides and stuff today too, we're going to focus on the special food options that are available, give you our thoughts from our culinary critic Matt and our culinary critic Beth back there. So come along with us as we travel around the Epcot world of food.
Pork belly.
All right, so our first stop on our journey is the Deconstructed Dish, and we have a few things we're going to show you here, but the first thing we're going to start with is, it's called a rain boba, and it is a sparkling water with fruity boba balls at the bottom. So we're each
You have to put the boba balls in your mouth first, and then you have to quickly take a drink, and then pop the boba ball.
Good?
I love it.
All right, Beth's going to try.
Boba balls in.
Boba ball, little drink, popper.
That's really good.
Okay, next up on our journey is the Deconstructed Cheesecake. Looks like we got strawberry and maybe like a panna cotta cheesecake thing, and then like little sugar cookies. So let's see what it's like.
That was good. All the elements taste great individually, and now we'll see how they all taste together. Very good. That's delicious. All right, we have the Deconstructed BLT. It's got a poached egg, pork belly, little toast stick, mustard, and a tomato jam. And I'm not sure what that is, but I have tried all of the individual elements, the sauces, and they're super delicious. So I can't imagine how good it's going to be together. I'm not quite sure how to get it to separate.
What do you think?
It tastes like a BLT. That's amazing.
Does it really?
That's really good. But this tomato jam, I love tomato jam. If you've never had tomato jam, amazing.
All right, here she goes.
It's quite messy.
It's quite messy.
It's really good. You get a little bit of a smoke when you try the pork belly, and the bread is really, really crispy, which I really like that.
All right, so I have to admit, on the Deconstructed BLT, I mean, if you gave it to me and blindfolded me, I probably would not say BLT. I would say almost like a fried pork something or other. But it was very, very good, especially when you got like that green sauce, whatever that was on there. It was really, really good. All right, we're gonna cross off the passport. We'll move on to the next one.
So now we just got back from Pop Eats, and we ended up getting some fancy grilled cheese.
Bacon and French onion.
And regular.
Fancy tomato soup.
And finally, almond cake.
Almond frigapane cake.
Frigapane. Okay, I choose red. I'm gonna do
yellow then.
It's thicker than I thought it would be.
Ooh, it's harder than I thought it would be.
Oh, that is good. That is really good.
All right, so your guys' thoughts on the almond frigapane whatever?
It really has a wonderful sweetness to it that isn't too strong where you're like, oh, too sweet. But it's just enough where you get that sugar that you're looking for in the cake. It's actually cold, which is odd.
It's dense, very dense. And the chocolate adds a nice balance.
Flavor.
Real flavor. And now onto the grilled cheese.
All right, Mandy is trying the tomato soup. I've heard really good things about this tomato soup. I'm not a tomato soup person, but she is.
It's delicious.
Is it? How would you rate it on what you've ever had?
I think it's good, but at the beach club, we had one last night. That one was better. This one's good.
I really prefer this one over Beaches and Cream. The flavor is really good, and I like the white foamy stuff at top.
The white foamy stuff is good.
Why don't you take a taste of just the tomato soup underneath and let us know what you think?
It tastes a bit meaty. You can definitely taste the tomato.
Good, because it's tomato soup.
It's tomato soup.
But
Beth is going to tell us what the grilled cheese is like.
it's not as crunchy as some other grilled cheeses I've had, but it's really warm and gooey on the inside.
Nice. All right, my turn. Bacon
And French onion.
and French onion.
French onions. And this is one on the YouTube Disney people I follow. They have said this is amazing.
Those French onions, those really do kick it up. They add something sweet to it. Very good.
Well, I'm gonna eat some and then I'll let you know my thoughts. All right, well, I had it and I gotta tell you that grilled cheese was amazing.
So delicious.
Amazing. Those onions were super sweet, super good. The only thing I would change is I wouldn't do it on rye bread. I did not find the rye bread to be very good. I just don't like rye bread to begin with, so that's probably just me.
But the grilled cheese in the soup, amazing.
Yeah, Matt said that same thing. So I don't know. That one's pretty high on my list. That cake was it was interesting. It was like dense but soft.
But not almondy.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting that it was an almond cake.
I did not get an almond flavor from it at all. So we are off next to what I anticipate being my favorite, but you will have to wait until we get there to find out what it is. All right, now this is the one I personally have been looking forward to the most. It is the Lobster Poutine. And traditional poutine, the Canada Pavilion is the best place to get this stuff. Look at all the lobster on there. I mean, for real. Mom's gonna go for it.
I mean, lobster bisque on French fries. Where have you been my whole life? Seriously.
What do you think about the poutine here? We had the poutine at Disney Springs. It was not nearly as good as what you get from the Canada Pavilion. Apparently Matt's loving it based on that facial expression.
If I say.
All right, here goes. Can't lose a French fry, Mike. Come on.
Come on.
I love lobster. I love lobster. And I love poutine. That is amazing. I don't think anything is gonna beat this one today. I'll let you know if it does. This one, you gotta do it. Unless you just hate lobster or you're allergic to shellfish.
Yeah, if you're allergic to shellfish, don't do it.
You have got to try this. All right, so from Masterpiece Kitchen in Canada, we have two fun things here.
This is a salmon. It's got like layers of something delicious.
It was supposed to have caviar, but they're out, which does not break my heart at all.
No.
The rose panna cotta with almonds and
You can
rose
take your mask
water
off.
and other stuff. So, yeah.
Rose water, pistachio, panna cotta.
All right, a little hard to poke through apparently.
Right here. It's sweet, but then the middle adds a bit of tart, and then there's green. The green crumbles add lots of nice texture to it.
Like sweet fluffy air.
I've never had sweet fluffy air.
It's really, really good. The inside is super, super smooth, and it's gold, which is really, really good.
This is super sweet. This is like, it's not, sweet fluffy air, but it balances each other. And this almost reminds you of almost like a white chocolate shell almost.
That just looks good. It looks like a bunch of salmon and cream cheese, which is right up in my alley, with capers on top.
It's really good salmon. A good balance of salmon and cream cheese, and the capers are delicious. And look at the little leaves.
All right, so those are really good. The salmon one, very, very good. I think the capers added a lot to it. Even though it was really kind of small in size, I feel like it was probably the most filling thing we've had, or at least tied for the most filling with the poutine. It was really, really good. I really like the salmon one. I still like the poutine better, but those two are close to me for me. And that rose panna cotta thing, I'm gonna agree with Mandy on that one. I don't really know how to describe that. It was light and fluffy, and that darker colored pink in the middle was very sweet. So it was really good when you got kind of a bite of all of it together, but both were very, very good. So we are going to head on to the next location and see what we get there. All right, with the piano player in the background, we have stuff from Festival Favorites and Painter's Palette in the World Showcase Expo Placey thingy.
Say lemon blood orange tart.
I ended up getting the cherry mousse with pistachio cakes and amaretto cherries.
And I have got steak tartare with vegetables and a crostini thingy and pickled vegetables and a quail egg. For those who know me, they're thinking, I'm sorry, Mike, that doesn't sound like anything you'd ever eat. And I would agree with you, but I'm gonna try it and then we're gonna get it on video. So why don't we start first with the tart? Go for it.
The bottom tastes like a sugar cookie. The lemon.
Oh my gosh.
And the sugar cookie just rolls it all out.
light fluffy lemon mousse. And then this is like a sugar cookie crust with like a blood orange, I don't know, like gelatin or mousse on top. Really good.
Then they have these little thin pieces of chocolate with it that is just amazing. The mousse has a wonderful cherry flavor that is backed up by a slight aftertaste of cherry. It's a bit tart, and then the texture of it, the outside crust is amazingly textured, and then the inside is smooth as usual for mousse.
It's almost like it's doused in cocoa powder, so when you eat it, it tastes like a chocolate-covered cherry, but it's like a mousse. And then the pistachio cake, it is very mild, but it's very pistachio-y. It's very delicious. I don't know, I'm torn. I don't know which one's the better. I have no idea. I don't know.
Pistachio cake.
I will try just a little bit of the steak tartare by itself. It's good. I mean, you got to convince yourself that it's raw steak. Well, I'll try this. Let's see. I did not think I liked that, but that's not bad.
Look at that little egg.
Look at that little quail egg. Try it together before I try the egg. I'm shocked. I normally would not try something like this, but that is crazy good. It is really, really good. Clearly, I'm not refined enough to know how you eat a quail egg.
Just kidding.
There we go. All right, here goes. I'm sorry, this is like a plate of stuff I would never eat, except for this, and it's really good. All right, so we just got a surprise. We got to see
Mary Poppins in England. Oh my goodness.
So I'll try and drop some of that footage in here right now so you can see it. We did ask her a very important question.
If she had seen Bert today.
So you'll have to keep watching to find out what the answer is. Have you seen Bert today?
Do not today. He's much too busy with all the artwork about. You have to keep an eye out for any chalk pavement art. Very fine artist. Such a nice.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
And don't be afraid to pop into one either. Diverting way of trying.
Love you, Mary.
Such a good pavement art. Very kind.
All right, so we're in France now, and the ones we picked up at France, I will read to you and then I will show you. Creme de brie in petite pain, which is a warm, creamy brie in a house-made bread bowl. And then this one I'm totally gonna butcher. My apologies to everybody who speaks French. Melon à la framboise et au chocolat Valrhona, which is molten chocolate and raspberry cake with a pure origin Valrhona chocolate. I can speak Spanish, I can't speak French, so my apologies. Mandy and the kids went into the store to get some macarons because we love those from France Pavilion here. And they should be joining me shortly, so I'm gonna hold off on eating it till they get here. At least I'm gonna try, and then we'll see what we all think.
It's warm and good.
Oh, it's still warm? Oh, good.
And smooth.
Get some bread, get some cheese.
Creamy, the bread is crunchy but soft, so good.
Oh, there we go, there we go.
That is really good. The chocolate and the raspberry sauce, yum.
All right, so I will say, yeah, that was good. That
So
bowl
delicious.
of bread with cheese was unbelievable.
It's called brie.
Especially
It was
when you,
so good.
especially when you tear it off and eat it. That was, Mandy says, I would have just got 2 of those. The molten cake was really, really good. I think the key to the molten cake was you had to get
Licked it clean.
some of the raspberry on it. Otherwise, it kind of just tasted like a molten cake. So there you go. That's the latest take on the very fancy words that I said earlier, which means bread bowl with cheese and molten lava cake with raspberry. All right, so we are at our next one. We got a couple things. We got a passion fruit mousse. So Matt's gonna dig into that real quick.
Oh, that is actually really good. It tastes like, obviously, passion fruit, but it also tastes a bit mango-y with the sauce. It tastes like if you had passion fruit jam and mangoes on top of that, on top of the cookie.
All right.
I've never had passion fruit before. It's intense. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of a mango. Very powerful. That's delicious.
Does the cookie help at all? So we'll take away some of the tang.
It does take away a little bit of the tang. Yep. Yep. But very delicious. All right, and the next we have a blue corn papusa. Corn papusa first. It is really good, but spicy. Wow, that packs a punch. I can barely feel my tongue.
I ate a small piece of the sauce and it was so hot.
So, we've got two new things here. We got a sushi donut, and they call it a stone garden something or other. And Matt is going to decorate the stone garden. It's supposed to be like a Zen garden, but you can actually eat all this stuff. You can eat those little things. Apparently he's making a little walk path. Now he's gonna decorate it with stones. Apparently he's playing tic-tac-toe. At least that's what it looks like. All right, very nice. We will be eating into both of these items here momentarily. We'll let you know our thoughts. I'm gonna start by trying the sushi donut, pulling a fork out of my fork holder. I don't like cucumber, so I'm gonna start over here. That's fresh. It's very good. That's very good. Now I'll get a little sauce. I don't know how it tastes so fresh, because I know it's been sitting there for a little bit because I could see it. But it tastes really good. We'll see what Manny thinks when she gets back. Now, I don't know what this is. I got the name messed up. Hopefully I'll put it on the screen or something. It's very weird. I don't really know. It's like if hummus and a mousse, like not a moose the animal, but a mousse, the type of food, had a baby. It's very interesting. I'm gonna predict right now that probably nobody else is gonna wanna eat it after they're done. So we'll see. We're gonna head over by where Mom and Beth are at and see what they think. All right, so what'd you think? Sushi donut and that other Zen garden thingy?
Sushi donut, amazingly fresh. Sauces were awesome. Zen garden, a little weird. I wouldn't get it again.
The Zen garden, I mean,
It looks cute.
I'm rarely left speechless, but it looked kind of cool, so.
Yeah, it tasted like not cool. Oh, it looks
All right,
cute,
so we will, we'll see you on the next thing, whatever that is that we get.
I decorated it.
All right. We have got the beef Wellington, which we've already chopped up. And Beth is going to be the first one to give it a go. It felt pretty tender when I was chopping it up.
It is really, really tender. It's very moist and it has a lot of flavor in it. And overall delicious. It's really good. Right here. Let's take this.
All right.
That is so well done. Not as in like cooked well done, because it's definitely not that. But it tastes so good. You're getting all the meaty flavors.
That is good meat. Holy cow, that is delicious. It is super tender, super delicious, super well flavored. Yum.
All right, so we also got the red velvet funnel cake.
This is just amazing, wonderful, and tastes like one of the best funnel cakes I've ever had. Everything. Everything you could ever want.
I don't know, everything is a really high bar. I think you can put cream cheese on anything and it would taste delicious, but this is really good.
I have got to agree, that beef Wellington, my goodness. I don't even know how that's possible. I know nothing about beef Wellington, so I guess I should start there by looking it up and figuring out if it's just always that good. It was probably the most tender piece of meat I've ever had that wasn't in like a stew or something. And then the red velvet funnel cake with the cream cheese. I just love red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting anyway, so it was very, very good. The only thing I would say is the cream cheese frosting was kind of overpowered the funnel cake itself. So you had to make sure you tried the funnel cake by itself. But very, very good. And that beef Wellington, I had that. I would eat that every day that ends in Y. It was very, very good. So I don't even know how many we have left, but we're still making our way around the world. And as you can see, it's dark. And yes, we brought our own lighting source with us because that's what we do. All right, guys. Not the best lighting, but we've got arancini.
Apparently they're risotto balls. They were described by the gentleman at the Italian one as mozzarella balls stuffed with rice.
They're so good.
What's our bite-sized deliciousness? Beth liked them because she wants seconds.
All right, so we got the braised short rib. Got a little broccolini, little potato under there, some tomatoes.
The meat is delicious. It's very good. The potatoes are amazing. Super creamy, super flavorful. Broccolini's good, but honestly, the mashed potatoes are what's when it wins it for me.
I like the mashed potatoes too.
Yeah, I agree. The short rib was very, very good. Almost like a stew meat. But I'm going to agree with Mandy on the fact that it's still not the beef Wellington. Beth likes it better than the beef Wellington. I like the beef Wellington better. And I like the little broccolinis. I really like those. And the potatoes, incredibly creamy. I don't quite know how you get them that creamy. And I would also say there was a flavor to them I couldn't quite place. Maybe it was the sauce or something. But overall, it was very good. I'd still take the Wellington over that, though. But they were both very, very good. All right, and this one is what?
Cinnamon pretzel stuffed with cream cheese with banana ice cream. A banana ice cream is good. The cream cheese is not overpowering. It's hard to cut though. Oh my goodness. But it does taste amazing.
We are back from Epcot, and we are going to now talk about what our favorites are. Mandy just reminded us all what we ate. And so now we will go around. We will start with Mandy.
So my favorite, like, main dish, the tie would be between beef Wellington and then the brie cheese bowl. So I have a tie there. And then for dessert, it would be a tie between the vanilla rosewater and pistachio panna cotta and the pistachio cake with cherry mousse. The cherry mousse tasted, because it was covered in cocoa, like a chocolate covered cherry. Was really good. So apparently I like pistachios.
I also have a tie for my favorite savory entree dish thing. It is the tie between the brie and beef Wellington, which were both amazing. And then for my dessert, my favorite is going to be a tie between the rosa panna cotta thingy and the blood orange tart that we got. That was cool.
My favorite was those balls filled with rice and sausage.
Arancini.
Arancini. And then my favorite dessert was the lemon blood orange tart.
Oh.
My favorite on the savory side, it's going to actually be the beef Wellington.
Oh.
I thought I would end up saying the lobster poutine, but I'm not saying that. I think lobster poutine for me was a very close second, but that beef Wellington was wow. And then for dessert, I actually wasn't blown away with any of the desserts. I do like the tart that they mentioned. I think that was very, very good. And I do have to give an award to the dragon fruit mousse thing for the coolest looking thing that we ate tonight, because that just looked really cool. So does anybody have any final comments? Passion fruit, not dragon fruit. Good final comment.
It was a delicious day. Delicious day.
So thank you for coming back for another episode of Everyday Family Man. I guess we'll call this Disney edition. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you will see all our future videos. And don't forget to throw us a thumbs up, a like, and we will see you on the next one.